There are so many trends that hiring platforms all jump on: AI, ATS, quicker ways to work, more tools, and bigger promises. But is there a trend we shouldn't ignore? What do you see hiring platforms not doing?
Mass supply prevention. They keep mass supply going, and that's wrong. Recruiters now spend more time filtering applicants than interviewing. That's not sustainable. That's cost, delay, and churn.
What makes mass supply such a big issue for hiring platforms?
Mass supply is the root cause of slow recruitment and leads to so many more problems, many of which you do not see unless you experience it as a recruiter, as a job seeker. Mass supply creates more problems for recruiters and applicants, but not just them. Is affecting hiring platforms directly for years. Think about the loss of credibility. Being called a spam platform, recruiters having low expectations, talent knowing that it's highly unlikely they get hired through said platforms. But there is more to this. There's also the issue of unseen and now lost revenue. All platforms do the same, so collectively their USP is only getting weaker. This is a cultural problem that each hiring platform keeps going.
What is the outcome right now for customers of hiring platforms?
Yeah, it is bad. What you can see is that the trust is gone. Now, that wasn't new. This is such a deep problem in recruitment. So the whole loss of trust between applicants and recruiters isn't new. However, what makes this so problematic is now the platforms are involved. Recruiters cannot trust the platform. That's why they have to go across platforms. They use bulk job postings. Recruiters cannot rely on hiring platforms. It is why many top recruiters I know are doing manual outreach over all those fancy AI and ATS tools. But it is also why applicants are checking out and choosing to do manual outreach themselves, to build their personal brand, to question every single job post. So this is not just a contained issue between recruiters and applicants. It is a global recruitment issue in terms of culture, platform credibility. Applicants are applying out of habit, not because they trust the process. Recruiters are using more bias, making jobs private and invite only.
Is that the new trend? That this distrust and lack of credibility in hiring platforms actually results in a more unfair job market?
It is part of it. It's not the main thing, but it is for sure one of the outcomes. When hiring platforms aren't paying attention, the hiring culture changes in a way that doesn't benefit either ICP, and it weakens their USP. No benefit for their talent, not for recruiters. Many recruiters keep using AI and ATS. I don't think that will change, but it is totally expected that when the process isn't moving in your favour, you are doing what you can to either hire the right person for the job or you go where you are more likely to be seen. Mass supply has been going on for so long that it now has developed into not only that expectation of utter chaos in online recruitment, but it has also resulted in a lack of trust, no more credibility, and yes, an unfair job market.
Now, many platforms we've analyzed, they either go for what we call the chaos management tools like ATS. So really filtering out all those irrelevant applications after they came in. Or it is using bias. You have a totally different view on that. Can you explain through your product why you believe preventing mass supply is more effective than managing them?
Prevention is always better than managing hundreds of irrelevant applications. Now, what I did is the opposite from what all hiring platforms do. Each of them out there, they either do one of these things. They built the product suite around managing mass supply. They use bias and assumptions, often not 100% accurate and harmful. Or they do both. In all cases, this offloads the responsibility to recruiters to deal with whatever they get, and it makes applying much like a lottery for job seekers. In my product, recruitment is a team effort between the hiring platform, recruiters, and applicants. What I made is a recruitment product that allows applicants to prove their high intent. So recruiters only see a shortlist of high intent candidates, and this is without bias, assumptions, assessments, or things like online popularity. This isn't based on their resume or online profiles. So what I built is not to forward the popular ones on LinkedIn or with optimized profiles. I bring back the equal opportunity in hiring, while recruiters don't need to expect more work. Applicants get in charge of their own hiring experience, and hiring platforms know their credibility grows with each job post. Preventing mass supply leads to a lower cost to hire, a faster time to hire, and actually filling the job. After all, this is about filling the job, not spending hours managing recruiter inboxes and ranking resumes.
How does your solution reframe the entire role of a hiring platform?
My product turns hiring platforms into hiring machines. No more spam platform where people assume they only collect resumes and proposals. No more assumptions that recruiters get overloaded with irrelevant applications that takes weeks to manage, even with ATS and AI. In a practical way and without harmful bias, hiring platforms become a source of reliable hiring processes that fills the job, where recruiters get to interview within 48 hours, where applicants can afford it to expect an interview without being disappointed by automation that makes the wrong assumptions about them as the default. I take hiring platforms from distrust due to mass apply to becoming trustworthy and proving jobs always get filled.
What could hiring platforms be with your exact product? What is that future of hiring you see?
With my product, hiring platforms deliver what they promise: to fill the job, to deliver an amazing candidate experience, to keep the hiring process moving, that clients welcome the right candidate to their team quickly without compromising on quality and fit. The future of hiring has no mass apply, no over-reliance on ATS or AI. AI and ATS become optional and no longer a chaos management tool. My product is made to interview applicants fast and fill the job without drastically changing how recruiters work. Without bias. My hiring solution makes sure recruiters and applicants have a hiring process that is made to get hired and avoids hours of manual analysing. The larger vision is that this indirectly makes hiring more fair, equal, and the global job market becomes much more reliable. This is the future of hiring I built for, and hiring platforms can choose to lead the future of hiring with me.